Oh, here we go. This is a kind of a review slide of yesterday, and I just want to show you that when you get to the test, you get to the quiz. See that little circle up there, and that triangle? In your mind, it's stuck in your mind. And if it's not stuck in your mind, the second you start the quiz next Monday, sorry it's Monday, but that's what it is, you do this. Just draw yourself a triangle in the first quadrant, put your right angle there, and if this point is on your circle, x comma y, it's basically telling you your legs are from the origin to here, x, here to here,
Y.
always
R.
the radius, okay? And with that, you really don't have to memorize when I say what's tangent. You don't have to memorize it. Just think in your mind that triangle. And when I say what's sine, in your mind you go, oh, that's just going to be opposite over hypotenuse. It's just y over r. And then, of course, cosecant, you just do what? Flip it, r over y. That's it. Now, of course, if you keep doing this over and over, you're going to memorize this. And if you memorize this, things get easier for you. Okay? So this is just a big repeat of yesterday. Okay? This is where Molly jumped to this slide, and you were supposed to be on the other slide. Okay? Are you okay with this? Yes?
What was that?
Okay. Okay.
As for
All right.
okay.
Keep going.
What you call me?
Okay. Here's another one. This next slide, I'd like you to do this. It says, in which quadrant, this is the first question, in which quadrant is tangent of theta what? Greater than 0. Now, when I say that to you, I'm really saying, where is tangent positive? That's what I'm saying. Okay. Where is it positive? Well, if I'm you, I'd do this right now. I'd draw your circle. Okay? And now make 4 triangles. Go like this. Triangle in quadrant 1. Like that. Quadrant 2. Quadrant 3. And quadrant 4. Okay? They're all going to look the same. Now, once you draw those 4 triangles, now put down x, y, r on all of them, but be careful because sometimes the x and sometimes the y is negative, okay? And sometimes it's positive. So this x right here, what's that going to be? Positive or negative?
Which one?
Right here.
Positive.
Positive. This y. Positive. This y. That's negative y. Okay, this is negative x. This is positive y. This is negative y. What about your radius? Can that be negative?
No.
No. So this is r, another r, and another r. Okay? So now the question becomes, in which quadrant is tangent positive? Well, this is quadrant 1, quadrant 2, 3, and 4. And you should know tangent is just what over what? Yeah, don't say words. It's just y over x, okay? Okay, where do you see, looking at the 4 triangles, remember theta's right here, which triangle gives you positive y over positive x? Okay, quadrant what? For sure quadrant 1, right? Because look, quadrant 1 says y over x, tangent's positive. Okay, but where else could tangent be positive? Whenever you see this. If you see negative y over negative x, that's positive. This happens in quadrant what? 3. Right here. Here's your opposite. Here's your adjacent, or your y over your x. Negative over a negative is positive. Good? Tangents positive in quadrants 1 and 3. Okay, second question. When which quadrant is cosine, what does that say? Less than 0. So I'm saying, where is cosine negative?
2 and 3.
Okay, so let's go down a little further. Okay, cosine will be negative. First of all, what is cosine again? X over r. For it to be negative, wouldn't the x value have to be what? Negative? You'd have to have this look, wouldn't you? Well, where are you going to find negative x over r? Which quadrant?
2 and 3.
Okay. I'm hearing Will say quadrant 2 and quadrant 3. Yeah? You guys, 4? Okay, here's 4. X over r is positive. Okay. Is he right? Is Will right?
Yes.
Yeah, because in quadrant 2 you get negative x over r. In quadrant 3 you get negative x over r. So cosine's negative in quadrants 2 and 3. Right? You get why though? Okay, so here's the deal. You are responsible to know, where's tangent positive, where's tangent negative? Where's cosine negative, where's cosine positive? You're responsible to know that, and I showed you how to think through it. But you remember, I already heard you say it, from last year, if you ever want to know where these things are positive and negative, what did you just say?
All students take calculus.
All students take calculus. Now, all goes in the first quadrant, which means all trig functions are what?
Positive.
Everything's positive in the first quadrant. All students, sine is what? Sine is positive in this quadrant. All students take, t is what? Tangent. In this quadrant, tangent is positive. This is quadrant 3. This is quadrant 2. In quadrant 4, all students take calculus, right? Okay, so cosine is positive in this quadrant. Okay. Now, this isn't a quick, easy way to remember it. I think it just makes sense, doesn't it? I mean, if you listen to me, why is cosine positive here? Because it's x, which is positive, over the radius, which is always positive. So that's why it's positive here. So where's cosine negative?
Everywhere except for the fourth.
2 and 3. Cosine's positive here. Cosine's positive here. Cosine's negative here. Here. Where's tangent negative?
And the second and fourth.
Second and fourth. Tangent's positive first and third. Sine is negative. 3 and 4. Sine is positive.
1 and
1 and
2.
2. I mean, there. That helps a little bit. Okay? All right. Now, this is the next one, right?
Yep.
Okay. If, okay, I'm going to read it to you, but now, I'm not sure if you're going to get this. If the point with the coordinates negative 4, 3 lies on the terminal side of an angle in standard position. Okay, I just threw a couple words at you. What's this mean? Raise your hand if you know. An angle in standard position.
The,
Okay, what's on the x-axis?
Like,
initial,
here's like a right angle,
initial.
and then
Hang on,
it's
hang on.
like
Let me
the terminal side and the x-axis.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay, I think you got it. You're missing
I
You're
can't.
missing something. What it is, standard position means you have an angle, the x-axis, positive x-axis. This is called the what side?
Initial.
The initial side. Okay, what about the terminal side? It's the other part of the ray, or the angle. Okay, so here's what this one says. You have an angle in standard form. I'll go back up and read this again. If the point with the coordinates negative 4, 3 lies on the terminal side of an angle in standard form. Well, where's negative 4, 3? Left 4, up what? Up 3, it's right here. Negative 4, 3. Well, this point lies on the terminal side of your angle. Here's the terminal side, right? There's the initial side. Okay. Now, what do they want you to do? Find the exact values of the 6 trig functions of an angle. You can't do this unless you have a right triangle. So what do?
Pythagorean theorem.
Well, I don't see a right triangle.
Draw it down to the
Make it
Go to your
make a
points,
right triangle.
come straight down, back to the origin, and you did it. It's right there.
Not the
Boom, boom. There you go.
right.
Okay. This is what leg? That is
X.
backwards 4, so it's negative. This is up 3. What you don't have is the hypotenuse or the radius. Now remember, it is just a circle, right?
It's 5.
What is it?
5.
5. Now, if it wasn't that easy, you'd have to do the Pythagorean theorem. Now this is a special triangle. It's before 5. Okay? But the Pythagorean theorem would give you the hypotenuse. Quick, do the 6 trig functions right now. Remember, theta is the reference angle. That's the reference angle, right there. These are really nice numbers. There's nothing to do other than put them on paper. So, sine of theta, Connor, what is it? 3 what? 3/5. What is cosecant? 5/3. Now you guys, did you notice that if sine is positive, cosecant is also positive? Because if you flip a positive, you still stay positive. So the sign in front of your answer for sine will be the same sign over here for cosecant. So cosine of theta, Hunter is what? Maddie is what?
Negative 4 fifths.
-4/5, good.
Negative
And -5/4, good. Okay. And tangent of theta, Morgan, is what? -3/4. And -4/3, good. That's it. All I really want you to know is this. If cosine is negative, the reciprocal function is also negative, correct? So the signs of reciprocal functions follow each other. Okay? There's only 2 functions that were positive. It was sine and cosecant. Do you guys understand why sine is positive? Why? No, don't say the quadrant stuff. Say because y was positive. If y is positive, sine will be positive, right? That's why. Okay, I know you said all students take calculus, but that's why. It's the y value is positive. Okay? Good? All right. Okay, next. Find the it's almost the same problem. Find the values of the 6 trig functions of theta given the following information. Here they give you this. They actually give you sine of theta. Sine of theta is -3/8. But then they say there's a restriction if this is true. What are the 6 trig functions of this if this is true? This says basically when is tangent what? Tangent, when is it? Negative. Okay? Now you have to figure out where to put the triangle. Where does the triangle go? Hint, draw a picture. Okay. Just gonna peek. I want to peek at your triangle. I just want to make sure you got it in the right quadrant. Which quadrant did you put it in? That one? Okay. And I would have to agree. Well, I'm asking you, where's tangent negative? Okay, so it's gotta be here. There. Okay. You know sine is negative. Where's sine negative? Sine is negative and all students sine is positive. Where is sine negative? Here. So yes, that's it. It's kind of process of elimination, right?
The way I was
Oh,
looking at
well,
it,
you can have
y over r, and y is negative, you have to-
well, y is negative here.
Well, yeah.
It could be
I
either
did that.
one.
I knew it, I did that.
Yes. You gotta make both of them,
Yeah.
right? Okay. Okay, I wanna make sure you put it in the right quadrant, so here we go. Guys, are you looking? This says sine of theta is a negative ratio. Well, where is sine negative? Sine is negative
3 and 4.
3, 4. Here. That's where sine is negative. But wait a minute. Then it also says tangent must be negative. Where is tangent negative? 2 and 4. So this is it. This is where you doubled up. It's this quadrant. So go ahead, make your triangle down here. Okay. Now, look at the numbers they gave you. Sine is what over what? Y over r, which means your y value going down should be negative 3. Where's the 8 go?
Hypotenuse.
That's your radius. And you don't know this leg. You're missing a leg. Pythagorean theorem, right?
Square root of 55.
Did you already do it?
It's square root of 55. Oh. Square root of 55. It's square root of 55.
Yes. Yeah? Square root of 55? Okay. Square root of 55 is your leg. Is it positive or is it negative?
Positive.
Going to the right, it's positive. Okay. Sine of, here's theta. Theta is the reference angle. Sine of theta is what over what?
Negative 3.
Y over r, negative 3/8. It was already given to you, wasn't it, right here?
Yeah.
Okay, next, cosecant of theta. 8 over 3 negative, right? Okay, those were the two easy ones, I hope. Cosine of theta. Say it again.
Square root of 55 over 8.
Okay, yep. X over the radius. Okay, and secant of theta is the reciprocal of cosine. So once you flip it,
55.
you get this, right? Then you rationalize it, and you get 8 square root of 55 over what? And then can you reduce 8/55? I don't know anything that goes into both. So we're good. That's it. Okay, tangent. Tangent is what?
Negative 3 square root of 55 over 55.
Negative 3 over what?
Negative 3 square root of 55.
Okay. Which is negative 3 square root of 55 over
55.
55. Can you reduce 3/55? No, you're done. Okay, cotangent of theta equals, do you want me to flip this, or would you rather have me flip that?
First one.
First one, yeah. Your answer is what?
Square root of 55 over negative 3.
Square root of 55 over negative 3. Good? That one's a little harder because you had to kind of really think hard about where's the triangle supposed to be. It was quadrant 4. Because in quadrant 4, sine is negative and tangent is negative. Okay? Alright, I don't know what's left here. Oh yeah, I got two left. Now this is kind of like yesterday. You did these yesterday. But now, do them again and think about what's being said here. What's tangent of 315? And what's cosine of negative 210? This should take you about a minute per problem. 2 minutes, go. What? Yeah. So when you drew a 315, it led you to believe the reference angle's what? 40 what? 5, good. And you said, well, where's my triangle? It's right here. So you got 45, 45, so that means the legs are
1 and negative
1, 1. We're at a 2. Which leg is negative? The y is negative, okay? All right. You want what? Tangent. Tangent is y over x, which is over 1, which is good. Cosine of negative 2 can go up. Pay attention to details. Was it 210 or negative 210? If you went positive 210, you're way down here, guys. You're going to get the wrong answer. Negative 210. Go clockwise, go up to here. Draw your triangle. Okay. Your reference angle is what this time? What's your reference angle?
30.
30. Okay. If that's 30, that's 60, which leads you to believe, I'll talk about my radius as 2. Opposite of 30 is half the radius, 1. Opposite of 60 is what?
3.
But
It's negative.
this leg is negative, right? It's a negative leg. Okay, you want cosine of 210. Cosine of negative 210. Which is what over what?
Jeez.
X over
R.
R. Your x value is what?
Negative square root of 3.
Negative square root of 3 over
2.
Hypotenuse or radius is 2. There it is. Negative square root of 3 over 2 is the answer. Good work. We're done. That's it. I think the next slide is day 2. Oh, thanks to Maddie. Maddie found on my calendar, it said 4-4 is the assignment. Did you look tomorrow what the calendar says? It goes back to 4-3. My copy pasting skills is very, very weak. Let's try it again. Scribble out tomorrow's assignment. Tomorrow's assignment is wrong. Let's get the right one down before I turn you loose. Here it is, I think. It's right here. Today's assignment's good. It's just tomorrow, in case you're gone tomorrow, I don't want you to think it's right, because it's not. 500. Oh, okay, that's better. Somebody asked me about the page on this. I don't know the page. Page is the same as today's lesson. How much? What is it?
16.
Say that one more time. 316. Okay. Yeah, that doesn't quite work. There it works. Okay. Get going. Some of these problems take a while because you got to do all 6 trig functions. Okay, so you got the words. You're fine. You did it last night? Did you have it? Because I had a lot of students. Wow. Well, here, did you turn it in right now? How about if I give you a bag? What if you did a bunch of these wrong? Yeah, did you get it right? You did? Here's my graph. Just run through it in future. Yeah, these questions are going to be on same type of question. Sorry.
I'm this way.
Okay, to me, that 12, just 12, 13, yeah, you gotta understand that that is just cosine. That is just cosine. If that's cosine, it's x over r, this one is y over r. Remember yesterday I said x is cosine. So when you draw that triangle, it would be like this one. This part, 12 over 13, and this would be 5 over 13. Do you get what I'm saying? Yeah. Okay. Did you get your work? Remember that work she said? Just to get it Friday. She came in yesterday. You didn't get it?
I didn't come in.
What do you mean? No, I said, did you get it on Friday? I know you did. I remember you did. I'm just making sure. Yeah. Are you okay?
Yes.
Because I look like you're kind of thinking something. When I was looking at you, I think he's thinking about other things. Okay. All right. Yep. I know, but what they said was reality. So what they did is, you know what they did for 5.5? They did 5.4 is 4 tenths, which is really 5 is 2 fifths. What they did is 5 is 5 plus 2 is negative. I know, but they said it. And then here you get what? 7 and 1 fifth. Six fifths, right? If you did the thing of this square plus this square, take the square root of it. What's that? Oh yeah, you get it. Yeah. So then sine. Sine would be.
Why is so bad?
divided by, see this now? If you punch that in, you get, well, you understand it'd be basically this. Times the reciprocal That's what they're doing. Everybody kind of said it's wrong. It's only now because you know find the values of the 6 tree.
I don't know.
I would be able to falls in what's it?
Yeah, I did just figure this one.
I thought so.
It's the only one.
Really? Yeah. That's good.
Wait, anything. Oh, sorry.
What word
Please help me.
Yes, wait.
You said it last.
Yeah, it's still down.
So sorry. I didn't even flinch weekend. I didn't flinch. Don't self-serve. I paid for context.
Your terminal size.
No, those are fun. Quit aiming. What's up?
Well, or right, or sorry, well, you're sure.
I mean, my triangle wrong.
I mean, I can go 2, 3, I can go 3.
Oh, so this is
Well, if my right?
oh, but then, that doesn't mean about that.
Hey, McLean train. Me and Jake have to be on the floor. You can.
Good.
You
You
want
want
to
to
do
do
it?
it?
You would do that.
Okay.
Carson, David's whole team.
Phone with you, just phone with
Quick question.
Yep.
On this?
Yeah.
I just created this.
Okay, so to me, that triangle would
Hey,
be
over here.
left, up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Well, they're just trying to tell you that this angle is always equals that is a negative.
Data then.
Yeah, hey, your theta is always the reference. Sine of theta? What's the reference? You just have to figure out the hypotenuse, right?
Seven.
What is it?
7.
Does it? Again. You guys are like,
We're gonna.
Yeah.
okay.